I agree that, journalism is an art form. Um, I think part of the problem with journalism right now is that it's paid so poorly that you're getting people who don't really care about it writing it. So it's just going into that category of news, fake news, bad news. When it's really not fake, it's people are making mistakes. There are no more copy editors. There are no more photo editors. There's like, so it's mistakes are being made. That's probably a different topic to talk about. But I approach my journalism the same way I approach poetry, as carefully as possible. I want to make it beautiful. I want to make it um, readable to the point where you don't want to stop reading it. There are awards for journalism, so it's not something that people think of as throwing away. The best journalism is something you want to keep around and look at. Long form journalism is very similar to essay writing, nonfiction writing. The kind of journalism I do is similar to that, and also the lifestyle journalism, which is maybe not quite as serious. The food writing, but food writing can also be long form, and the travel writing, which is, again, it can be a long form story of where you are, where you've been, where you're going, or it can be just a quick visit to a hotel or a restaurant, or those kinds of stories may not last very long. But they're all informed by what you've seen and what you've done and where you've been all along the way. So there's a whole lot of education that comes into that. Um, the things that I really do like to do in terms of journalism, I also write about health and medicine and wellness. And knowing medicine is something that I learned from my husband, being married to him for 30 years, going through medical school, residency, fellowship, private practice. That's not something you easily learn, but hearing about it over and over again and being able to translate medical studies into something that people can understand, that's something I find to be very interesting. So I think journalism is something that is, yes, an art form. You're always learning, you're always translating for the public what they can take from it. Um, so I find it surprising that other journalists don't agree, but maybe they're not trained to think that way. And that would be a fault of their educators. Maybe they haven't been educated that way.